It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. This is episode 236. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my lovely co-host, Noelle Winters.
Oh, I'm here in my Mickey pajamas.
I'm here in my bed, laying down, no mic stand,
Willy-nilly.
broadcasting live from the Hamptons.
You got a mic stand there, though, right?
I
You
do.
said
I
you
just
were
did
getting one.
Yeah, I got one. I just
Clip it to the bed.
like an IV.
Oh, I would like that. Clip it to the bed.
And then I could also have a salt lick, like on my hamster cage, and I could just take a little lick.
Yeah, then you can get like a little water drip.
I love those little water drips. I would love to have one of those. The little thing where the ball,
With the marble is inside.
Yeah, with the little ball.
Yeah, that
We
would be
just get
good.
a
In the
little-
middle of the night, I could
Middle-
definitely use that.
Absolutely. And maybe it could be even like a cooler, like a Gatorade cooler,
A
like an igloo,
self-cooling?
like an igloo.
Oh, I like that.
And you get a nice little drip of ice cold water.
Yeah,
Just to
I would
wet
love
your
that in the
whistle a
middle of the
little bit.
night. My whistle needs wetting in the middle of the night.
I heard that about you. All right, let's talk about Before the 90 Days, season 6, episode 11.
This is very Amanda forward.
It's very Amanda forward. But before we get into Amanda, let's get into what's going on Patreon right now. We have a lot going on Patreon. And my favorite thing that's going on Patreon is So Pumped, a Vanderpump Rules podcast where I'm watching Vanderpump Rules for the first time and Noelle's watching it for the millionth.
I am pretty pumped about that too.
I'm pretty pumped. I'm getting into it. We're on season 2 right now. So if you guys want that, join us at the Super Duper Trash Talker level and up. And also, while you're there, listen to 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. And that's where we're recapping it. I know you're like, where is The Other Way? It's on Patreon right there, down there in the show notes. Click it, join. Don't be a goose.
I am really enjoying that. Those
Okay.
people are crazy.
I got to tell you, this is something that I do want to say to the people.
Yeah.
This is the first week where I'm like, ooh, I got to watch 90 Day.
When I watched 90 Day the Other Way this
Both of them.
morning. Right. But oh, really? This one
Yeah.
too, you felt that way about. Okay. I
Yeah, I was
feel
like,
that.
ooh, I wonder what's happening.
I felt this way about The Other Way. When I watched it this morning, it was only 45 minutes long. And I'm like, that's it?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's like, I need more Holly.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there are certain couples, but even on Before the 90 Day, where I'm like, what's happening with them?
I need more Nicola and Misha. They're really slacking with my favorite couple.
I know they really, because they probably don't have much content.
And this is the second week, right, of No Violet and Riley too.
Yes, they probably don't have a lot more.
No, I don't even think there's that many episodes probably of this left.
Probably not. Well, let's jump in the pool with Amanda and Razvan.
All right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it happened.
I thought she had her period.
Her period ended after 5 weeks.
Her period ended as soon as his friend said, "You're toxic."
And then she's like, you know what? It was abruptly stopped.
I watched her live on TikTok last night. She got a red flag tattooed on her wrist because her name is Amanda Red Flag. Because apparently she's toxic. She is toxic. She got a red flag tattooed on her because she says she's a walking red flag.
Good.
Yeah.
You know what?
Do
Do you think that she used that thing? You know, like when a guy cuts his face when he's shaving?
Yeah. Like
that little
boop.
septic stick?
Yeah.
Do you think that she used that to make her period stop?
A septic stick. I thought you meant a little piece of toilet paper.
No.
Guys walk around with the little. That's so funny. It's like when my dog, like I cut the quick and I have to dip it in powder. Yeah, we dipped her in the quick powder.
Do you think her quick was bleeding? And
I think her quick was bleeding. It was nonstop.
Well, let me tell you something. That wasn't so quick.
Clot her up.
It definitely was not so quick. So they did it. She did it because she was mad that Diana called them toxic.
Yeah, of course she did.
Yeah. All right, so they go to the Castle of Dracula.
That looks fun. He is so different from what I thought he was going to be the first episode.
He's silly.
Yeah, he's silly, he's fun, he's nice, he's thoughtful, and he likes her. He's all of the things that like I didn't think he was. I thought he was going to be like this crazy opportunist that was going to be like mean to her.
Mm-hmm. No, he's so nice.
They really swayed us with that chocolate syrup rubbing on his nipples.
There was a lot of pancake misdirection.
There was.
There definitely was. Yeah, I know. He seems like he was like a male bimbo, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's
No,
not.
he's so silly.
He's not. So he's gonna postpone his video shoot because he's gonna do it after she leaves because he realizes that if he does this while she's there, she'll stab him and he'll die.
Yes, die a bad death.
Right. Not
Mhm.
even because she likes him.
No, because she's
Just
mean.
for sport. Just
Yeah.
for sport. So they have this castle tour and they look at the torture chamber and he finds the interrogation seat and he's like, "Oh, you should sit here because you never answer my questions."
And she's like, what?
Huh?
Why?
Huh? Let me sharpen my accent for me to answer these questions. So he got his
sharpen my accent.
he got his visa approved for touristing.
Right. So that happened after the toxic comment, before the sex.
Right. So he asks her when she'll tell the kids.
Mhm.
And she was like, "That's none of your business." Now, I remember episode 1
Mhm.
when she was so excited that she found the children a new father.
Dad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then
So
she told them she told the kids so much that her 6-month-old baby was asking if they were going to sleep in bed together.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, she talks on this episode and I can understand some of the things that she says.
Sure.
Her delivery is the worst always.
It's the worst. She is so miserable.
She is so cold and standoffish.
She is. So they got in a fight the night before because they talk about when he comes to the US, what is he going to do? So he basically is saying that, like, or at least she's saying that he said that he doesn't want to get a job unless it's like his dream job of acting.
Okay, but I think that she's like, okay, so you're going to come to the US, you have to get a job right away. And
Right.
he's like, I'm visiting.
Oh, well, that also
You
that.
know? Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like
He's like, if you're not working on your vacation.
Well, I think she might have trapped him into a conversation that he, like, I guess didn't know what to say, or just so it would go her way and cause a problem.
Right. So he's having coffee alone and talking to the producers, and he said that she brought up who has more money.
Right.
What a fun contest.
And he's like, she has more money.
Yeah. So he said that she told him that Jason will provide for her.
Will he? From the grave?
I have pretty upsetting news for you, Amanda.
Yeah, pretty bad news for you, Amanda, about the state of your husband.
It's not good.
No, bad things happening.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe his life insurance policy is taking care of her. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, whatever.
Sick brag.
Right? I know. It's like well, that's actually
Right.
pretty funny. If you had like a deadbeat boyfriend and you had a dead ex-husband,
Right.
It's like my
that is
dead
pretty funny.
ex-husband makes more money than you do.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want a dead ex-husband now.
But I think that he, of course you do. You would love that. Oh my God. Guys, the dramatics, the throwing herself on his coffin, the crying.
Even if I didn't like him. Even if I didn't like
the
him.
crying, the calling me in the middle of the night. That is peak Tracey.
Well, listen, fingers crossed.
One can only hope.
One day.
I like this for your new chapter.
Thank you. It's something to think, it's something to
it's something fresh.
It's something fresh. It's something new. It is a new chapter and it's something to form my personality around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Something to focus on.
Yeah, you know what? You need a good death focus.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Well, now that I'm uncomfortable.
Oh,
she said very hurtful things to him. She said,
right. What did she say? I want to know, like, what did she really say to him?
She was
probably like, you're a loser.
You're a loser. My dead husband is more alive than you are.
Mm-hmm.
He's
my kids wouldn't
me.
like you anyway.
My kids like you because you don't even use like chocolate fudge. That's chocolate syrup. Who likes Hershey's chocolate syrup?
Not
me. Not me.
That's a walking bottle of heartburn.
Let me tell you something. One time I got a tres leches cake. This is a terrible story, guys. I mean, really, I don't know if you want to lay down for this one. This is trauma right here.
Okay.
I got arepas and I got a tres leches cake from the arepa place. And I was really pretty pumped about it. This was, pre-GF.
Okay.
I got the tres leches cake. I opened it. Noelle.
Mm-hmm.
They put a little bit of cruddy whip on top of it.
Well, I like Ready Whip.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And covered it in Hershey's chocolate syrup.
Yuck. I have to throw the cake in the garbage.
That's where it went. It went into the
basura. Ew, yuck. Come on.
It was
I
a great
really don't
cake.
like
It's
it.
like, I know that it's a great cake because I had it one time in restaurant.
But some people like the chocolate syrup.
Okay, well then go give that to the people that like the chocolate syrup because it ain't me, honey.
Anytime my brother-in-law is over for dinner and we have dessert, he wants chocolate syrup.
I know that about him.
Yeah, I know you do. It's so weird.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Well, he probably just doesn't know better.
He doesn't know better.
She said that maybe their relationship was too quick, and she said that they're both broken. And he's crying. He feels like something is wrong with him, and he doesn't know if their relationship is over.
But he's like, they're in the right relationship, you won't feel like there's something.
Yeah, he's
wrong
absolutely
with you.
right.
I know he is, and I feel so sad for him because he says it crying, and it's like, oh, you're really hurt.
No, he was like scream crying.
Yeah, it made me feel so bad for him because like men have problems being vulnerable.
I know,
You're
but
not
you know
used
what?
to seeing something like that. What?
He is going to get so many women from this show.
I can't even imagine how many women he's gotten so far.
I mean, it's not me, but sorry, Rosvan.
So I will tell you this. I've been looking at her TikTok lately, and she's been binge drinking a lot. And she has like these random friends. It looks like I don't know who these people are. She has these random friends that she like binge drinks with. And he posted something on his story the other day, like basically like watching a woman's life go to hell is like the biggest turn off, something like that. And it's like, oh, okay.
It might be over.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it's over, but like she's very different from what she portrays on here.
Yeah, she's not little Susie Homemaker, huh?
No, she is not. She's like giggling, like, "Oh, red flag Amanda."
Yeah, great. That's great. It's really nice.
Cool. Thank you so
She's
much.
like, I treat people terribly.
Ha 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 ha.
Great, you're hilarious. Speaking of treating people terribly, let's talk about Gino and Jasmine.
They're taking a corn class.
They're in corn college.
They're in
they're making empanadas.
Yeah, but they're in corn class.
But they're making bean empanadas, and I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna go. Like, have we not learned our lesson?
It's so funny because the teacher goes beans, and he goes, yeah, beans, yum. And it's like, you don't learn your lesson.
You
Jasmine.
did not learn. Did you like how I called him Hino?
No, I didn't notice. Sorry, I was in my own head about the beans.
So they FaceTime with his cousin Dana.
Mm-hmm.
And he's mean.
Dana?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Dana's just like, I don't even like care anymore.
Yeah, but it's like, Dana, then shut up. Come on. Why are you getting involved? You know what's going on. I know what's going on. You know that this is just going to cause a fight. So you're not getting through to someone.
Well, right. I think that if you also really want to talk to Jasmine, why'd you comment on one of her pictures?
This is what I'm saying. Like, this guy's a troublemaker.
Yeah, he's a troll.
He tells her that she gets a lot of beauty benefits from being in Gino. She gets her hair done. She gets her cosmetic procedures. And it's like,
you know, though, I've been like thinking about this, and I do think that Jasmine gets all of that from Gino because it makes her feel loved.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because she's like, oh, I don't think she feels great about herself, but I think it's because the more money he spends on her, the more she feels loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah. It's not like she's not just like a gold digger. That's
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, she's not looking for some other guy to do that.
Right.
She just wants Gino to do it.
I mean, and to be honest with you, it's like, what is she really digging for? Hair extensions?
I know, but
some rent. She's not asking him for a Mercedes. You know what I mean? She's not really sugaring it up.
No, but I really do wish that her hair extensions were not frizzy.
I think it's just the Panama humidity, really.
But then I wouldn't want more hair.
Me neither, but I think that she has problems with hair loss, so she just overcompensates.
Well, she is overcompensating.
She is, and she's overcompensating with her lips too. She just
really,
is.
I think they're the perfect size.
Because I think Jasmine's like very cute. She doesn't need all of this.
She could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, most people that do this are very cute.
I also think that yes, there's something wrong with them, but they like each other in some weird way.
Well, now they seem to like each other more.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, a few weeks ago with that carrot, there was a problem.
With the carrot?
How he couldn't peel the carrot.
Oh my God, I forgot all about that. That's right. The proper equipment.
Never ever forget. So
yeah.
Dana asked if she really loves him. And she said that whatever he gives her is from his heart. And he's like, listen, I didn't mean anything bad by it. Okay. And this is
Yes,
where
you
we
did.
disagree.
Mhm.
What did you mean by it, Dina?
Then why did you say, and why did you put Gino in quotes? These are the things I need answers to.
Why is Gino in quotes?
Somebody was like, oh, that's because his family's Italian. It's like, so my grandmother would go, Noelle? Noelle following me around the house? No. It's not his family's Italian.
What they were talking about, that's them talking with their hands.
Right. That's the thing. It's like, oh, how do you feel about
that's
Gino? It's like, is that not his real name? Is that just his house name?
Who knows? Who knows? So what's this weird headband situation? It's getting worse.
I know
and
you
worse.
have a problem with this headband. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, this is the same one. Tracey doesn't like it.
Well, he said that he wants her to not talk bad about his family and he wants her to have a positive attitude. And she said that her anxiety and anger issues do not allow that. And she's worried that he will leave her if they hate her. And she wants him to promise that he won't leave her. Now, she said that she's rude and unstable and they're going to hate her. So we're just going to, so you just have to accept that, or are we going to work on that? If you're being self-aware,
she cannot manage her anxiety.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you a secret. She is making him promise that no matter what, no matter what she says to his family, he will never leave her.
Right. And meanwhile, I would say, okay, Jasmine, then promise you'll always be nice to them. Because you know what? You don't live with them. So just be nice to them. Who cares?
Right. But also, you can't promise anything. You just can't.
No, of course. But
it doesn't mean anything.
If you don't promise her, though, like,
I promise her forever. I'd be like, I'll never divorce you.
Me too.
I'll kill myself before I'll divorce you. There you go.
Just let her have what
But I have a secret for you, Jasmine.
What?
Love is not unconditional. Love is conditional, especially romantic love. It is conditional. So at any time, Gino can leave you. He will. At any time if he wants to.
People think that love is unconditional, like in a relationship. That's crazy. You're just asking to be treated poorly.
Right.
So I'm supposed to love you so you could impregnate other women behind my back.
You could do whatever you want.
On me, not work, hit me. Like, so I'm supposed to just be like, well, I love you unconditionally though. So it's okay.
Correct.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Oh, guys, get a better definition of love, please.
Thank you. Speaking of love, let's talk about Cleo and Christian.
Oh, I have a little trouble understanding this, though.
Okay, so she's taking Jane to confront him at the Airbnb, and she confronts him about lying, and she asks him where he stands.
This is like not a big thing, though. Why does she need a friend?
I mean, she's uncomfortable. She said that he was afraid. He said, so this is what he switches this around. He's like, I was afraid that you weren't going to be comfortable sharing. And it's like, no, we talked about this. You asked me that. I said I was comfortable sharing. And he's like, well, I just wanted to double check.
He was, maybe she had second thoughts or whatever.
That's not what you said, Christian. He's
also being like not nice.
No, he's
like kind of like nice. Yelling at her
because that's what men do.
Oh,
not men, not all men, but that's what an egotistical man does. Yes. No one yells louder than a man who is wrong.
It's so true, though. No one will make you apologize more than a man who's wrong.
A man who definitely did what you're accusing of them doing.
Yep. Oh, he cheated on you? You should apologize to him, though, for finding out. How could you spy on him?
He'll yell very, very loud. So he said that he just wanted to double check with her before she said anything. And he said that he's upset because she was calling him a psycho. And she's like, no, I said this is psychopathic behavior. And he's mad that she's questioning him.
I think that he screwed up. And he's kind of backpedaling. But I feel bad for her because she's sitting there and she knows that he's wrong and she knows that he's backpedaling and
she has no choice.
Has to be okay with it anyway.
Yes. So he's twisting it. And then he says something that definitely sparks her interest. He says that this is going to make them stronger.
And then she's like, really?
So she calls Jane back in and he tells Jane that he wants to hang out and have a pint.
Right. Oh, cool. We're going to have a pint. Why? So you could talk to every other woman in the bar?
I'd be like, yeah, let's have a pint and your pint's going to be poison.
Right.
I'll have water. You have poison.
Right. Okay, that sounds good. A
Let's
poison
do it.
pint. Mhm.
So now he really understands that he made a mistake, but he also won't hold it against her.
Yeah, the fuck you
Wait,
won't.
what? Wait. So you realize that you made a mistake,
Uh-huh.
and then you also won't hold it against her that
Yes.
you made a mistake. Okay, cool.
Typical.
Cleo said that she feels bad for him, that he was questioned by her. And Jane is like, you know that this is not real, right?
Jane is like, I don't have a good feeling about this.
And she's like, all right, well,
I do. I feel bad for Cleo. I want Cleo to feel better about herself, to know that she doesn't have to put up
to
with
be like, you know
this.
what? I'm actually not gonna figure out if you're wrong or not.
Right. I don't even want to do this.
I'm just gonna walk away from you.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of walking away, let's talk about Tyray and Noelle.
God, Tyray and Noelle. I want you guys to look at our Instagram. I posted a picture today. It's Tyray with clown makeup on.
Oh, I know.
And he said me after watching last night's episode. And I just thought that was so funny. He actually commented on it, laughing faces. I thought that was like the best thing. It's like, I'm glad you're a little self-aware, honey.
Okay, well, he gets the giggles. He said he can't trust anything. He gets the giggles real bad.
I mean, I'm so uncomfortable.
He can't breathe when he sees her.
Uh-huh. He loses it.
He tells her about the fake Carmela, and he doesn't ask her about Christian. He's just like, hey,
Christian who?
It's so nice to meet you, baby girl.
I knew you. I was in love with you. Maybe still even.
He's telling the cameras, he's like, she might be acting guilty though. And it's like, shut up.
And he's like, I'm going to ask her. I think that maybe she's acting this way because she's guilty. And it's like, nah, you're acting some type of way.
Do you know Christian from Barbados? Oh, you don't? Okay. I didn't think so either.
That's like when you when men are uncomfortable and they're like, oh yeah, I also know a gay guy named John. Do you know him? You know gay John?
Gay John from Barbados.
It's like, what? Like, it's
he's
so
just making
weird.
he's making like weird conversation. So she's like, yeah, I don't know these people. And he's like, I believe her, she's genuine.
How do you know?
Wow. You're a very good judge of character, Tyray.
No, you seem really smart, Tyray.
He said that he really wanted closure from Christian.
So call Christian.
Is she gonna hook up with him?
Okay, I don't know, but it seems as though she's considering it, right?
She said that she feels sorry for him. And he asked her if she's in a relationship, and she's like, no, I'm not, but if I meet someone, I meet someone. And he's like, can we keep in touch?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, yeah. She's like, okay. He wants to travel with her. He wants to come visit her. And he said that he could show her around California. And she's like, oh, I've never been to California.
Yeah. Uh-huh. She wasn't like, oh, yes, I definitely have a boyfriend.
Okay. Now let me ask you a question. She's a lady of the night, right?
Yes. Right. I thought so.
Right? I mean, isn't that...
No, that's what I thought. That's the a website they found her on.
Right. So then just pay her a little...
Be his lady of the night.
Pay a little night money.
Right. And tell her when you... Well, she could say, when you want to come to Denver.
Yeah. Let me
know.
Website. Just book me.
Right.
Yeah. Just...
Holla at me from the net.
Holla at me. Holla at me from your two-way.
Holla at me from your two-way.
So then they hug. He hugs her and he laughs and laughs.
He can't stop laughing. This poor guy. How many emotional support waters do you think he drank while he was there? A dozen. He's sloshing on the inside.
Honestly, I know.
It makes me think of you.
I can't even make fun of him. I do the same thing.
I know. That's your thing. Tracy's like, I'm freaking out. I need water.
But I don't need water. I need 100 waters.
Yeah, you need a gallon. You need how Chow walked out of the hotel with a gallon. That's what you need.
Teen Mom reference. All right. Speaking of, let's talk about Statler and Dempsey.
Do you just love Dempsey? Oh,
I do.
Striker
and Dempsey. Okay. They do a scavenger hunt.
Oh, come on. These poems just...
Very bad. So this is a trailer held up with buckets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Apparently, I don't know, Dempsey had written something like, oh, there was no hot water because nobody went underneath the trailer and turned it on or something. It's like, what?
Okay, so then go underneath.
Yeah,
and turn
just
it on?
go underneath. There's buckets under there. You can hold it up.
She's annoyed that she's using cut flowers.
she has to bury them.
It's so funny. So
Mhm.
she goes, quote, I hope it's not a proposal. Does she
I
know
hope
what
so,
show
too.
she's on? Does she know the name of the show?
So that's the thing. Why are you on before the 90 days then?
Before the 90-day
Right.
fiance.
Not 90-day hookup.
Not
Friends with
90-day
benefits.
make out and hold hands.
Right. Not 90-day Statler
Get to
got
know
a
each other.
parasite.
90-day Statler got a parasite. I love that show. That is a show I do not want to watch ever
No,
again.
I don't ever want to watch it again. I'm glad that we don't have to watch the reruns.
Okay, so she's in the field in the morning, right? Finding all
Right.
these or whatever it is.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, it is the middle of the night.
I know.
It is pitch black. This must be the longest walk to the fire ever.
I bet it's so cold too.
Statler is just talking about living with her, not loving her.
Oh, she also got her mushroom earrings made out of mushrooms.
They were cute.
Yeah, that was very cute.
Okay, but she's talking to her. She's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna live with her.
Yeah.
Not like I'm gonna love her forever. She's like, I think it's time to live with her. So
right, that's the next step.
She gets her all these roses, and she's like, I can't give them to you. They have thorns in them.
So why'd you get them? But okay.
They're having these pomegranate drinks, and Statler chugs her drink.
You know this is just like a palm, right? I highly doubt there's anything in that. I think it's like I think I went to the Pink Deli and picked up a
It's a Palm Wonderful.
Uh-huh.
It's a Palm Wonderful with peach.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Delicious. So she feels super special. She tells her she loves her, and Dempsey says it back.
Mm-hmm.
So she then brings up her lease. She's like, listen, my lease is going up. I'm not renewing it. Quote, next step is me moving to England with you.
I don't agree with this at all.
So Dempsey says she wants to take things slow, and she suggests that she gets her own place for like 6 months.
Up
she's
the
like,
road.
why?
Okay, so here's the thing. Statler's response is like, I don't understand. Like, she's like mad.
No, I know. She's like, I get why. Like,
She's
why
like,
would
what's
that even
the point of this?
What's the point of this? You have to get to
Yeah.
know each other. She's like, hello. So now this like kind of brings them to a bad place because she's like, remember when you cheated on your ex and you just told me last week?
Oh, I don't even know you. Like, I really don't know you.
Right. So then she said that she's like, do you still speak to your ex? And she's like, yeah, I spoke to her like a month ago. She wanted to pick me up from the airport and stay in a hotel with me for closure before I saw you.
No chance would you be moving in with me.
And Dempsey's like, oh, I actually feel quite ill. I feel like I have a parasite.
None of these couples like make me feel good. I mean, maybe David and Sheila like each other, but like that's it.
Yeah, I know, but still, that's a mess too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of David and Sheila, she said that she's very sad and depressed. He's never seen this before. And it's like, oh yeah. I mean, you remember when her mom fell down the stairs?
Right. I remember. It just happened.
Forever. Yeah. So she's trying to sign language because she's jealous of Amy.
Oh, you know it. Mm-hmm. But I think she's warmed up to her like a little bit.
No, she has, but she's also like,
yeah,
okay, I really should do this. So now Chicken Little joins them. And now she seems like she likes her.
Yes.
Okay, now someone in the group posted. I don't want to I do not want to misquote.
Also, I would like to say that every time Sheila cries, she claws her eyes out in a way that scares me very much. In a way that I can see that her iron is higher than mine because her inside of her eyes are very red. And she lets me see that.
It's a lot of clawing.
It's a lot of clawing.
A lot of it. A lot of it. All right. So I would like to talk about
a post in the group.
A post in the group. We're getting there, guys. Don't worry. Just stay with
me. Listen, they're here. They're here. They're not going to leave us now.
It's like, what are you doing? You're driving. Stop.
Yeah, we're this deep in. We're almost done.
We're almost done.
We're almost
Don't
done.
worry about it.
Just
Just
hang
lay
on
down
until she finds the post. Hang on. Lay down. Just stop driving. Pull
okay,
over.
Well, I found it.
Okay.
Okay. So, let's see. Where is? Okay. Oh, where's the little post that? Hold on, Noelle, this isn't.
Well, she's looking for something very specific.
Yeah, no, I am, because someone really gave us a lot of. Okay, here we go. All All right. So, Carrie said,
Oh, about the sign language?
do you think that Amy is a good interpreter? I feel like she's not quite capturing everything Sheila's trying to say. And then Chanza said, yes, like when Sheila was trying to ask him how much she could afford to spend on fixing her house, and the translator asked, what's your salary? That hits different. So Lindsay said, you're right. I can't criticize too much because I don't know what language Sheila speaks. It could be tough to find equivalents in English ASL, but I was cringing at that one. It was not exact, but also editing. Okay,
Right.
so now Joe said, this is the important part. Sheila is speaking 3 different languages in the show: English, Tagalog, and Cebuano. Is that how you say? I don't know how to say any of
I
these
don't
things.
know.
So please,
Yeah.
guys, please do not make fun of me. Well, you can make fun of me. That's fine. Make fun
Don't
of me.
come for us. Right.
Yeah. So she is native Cebuano speaker, which she uses with her family, but she speaks Tagalog to the interpreter, which is not her first language, and she is struggling sometimes. I can speak both Filipino languages fluently, but I haven't seen yesterday's episode yet. So this is what's going on. There's also language barriers between Amy and Sheila, and it's like, that's very, very interesting.
Yeah, that makes so much sense, but it's like, then why not get an interpreter? A different interpreter, I guess.
I mean, slim pickings.
Slim pickings. Yeah.
So that is what's going on.
Interesting. Okay, because I saw that post, but I didn't read all of that. I was reading how someone said that like David wasn't always using regular sign language, which is like what someone who grows up in a house of like everybody else can hear except for you. It's a different type of sign language.
It's not ASL.
Right. If you read on that post.
Oh, here, he's using more of a signed English. Right. So signed English means that you're translating directly.
Right.
ASL is a different language altogether.
Right.
Right. So Lindsay said he's using more of a signed English rather than ASL, which is common for deaf children who grew up with hearing families and or went to a regular mainstream school. I'm assuming by his language that it's both. But he didn't grow up in a family.
Right. Because his family kind of sent him away.
Yeah. And he went to a full deaf school.
So it's very confusing.
This is extremely confusing.
Also, then what should Sheila learn if she wants to communicate with him?
Well, I think he can speak ASL.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he does communicate with ASL. I don't know how to say that.
Okay.
Okay, so she is traumatized by her mom's fall, and he said something that makes me want to strangle him.
What did he say?
This will make you stronger.
Oh, I know. I'm like, I blocked that out of my brain.
Like,
I know.
David, I know what you're trying to do, but like, come on.
Yeah, David, stop. This is not the time.
She needs David's help to fix the house, and he works at a casino and a supermarket.
Right.
He makes about $800 a week.
Good for him. That's nice.
Jupiter, the contractor, shows up.
Jupiter, I love him.
And Jupiter said that she's lucky to have David.
We know what that means,
right? So, but now we can only hear his heartbeat while Jupiter is there.
So that's the thing. It's like, why are we doing this? Why I hear him either breathing or his heartbeat.
Right. So why don't we do that to everyone?
Right.
Why don't we do everyone's breathing?
It's just like, and it's weird because it's not the whole time.
It's kind
just
of
like little
disrespectful
parts.
to him, though.
I think so too. Like when he was shaving, they showed him shaving. You hear the buzzer noise, and then it just stops. And you hear his heartbeat.
Yeah, it's like, come on, what are we doing? So Jupiter said she's lucky to be getting it fixed. So it's going to cost 100,000 pesos, which is $1,700. And he had no idea it's going to cost so much.
Right.
Now,
what did you think it was going to cost?
Let me ask you a question, because you tell me that I am not in touch with reality.
Yes.
And you always tell me that I think that things are like expensive things are not so expensive.
Yes. Like when we were talking about, quick reference on Teen Mom, Jade was talking about rehab with her family, and it was like $15,000. And you're like, so what? What are you gonna do?
It's not like, so what? It's just not impossible. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, meanwhile, to me, that's a lot of money to me.
It's not that it's not a lot of money. That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's just not impossible to someone who makes a decent salary.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like Jade and Sean and Chloe get paid.
Right.
So it's like, And I'm not saying she should pay it either.
No, hell no. But
I mean, so $300 was Sheena and Pandy's dress on Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
And I thought that was not that much money for a dress for their birthdays, and you thought that was a lot of money. So
yes.
What do you think about $1,725.99 to fix this house?
I don't think this is a lot of money at all to fix this. I expected it was going to be a lot more money.
Right. So they go to the sports bar and Amy goes too.
I know, right? Amy just has a water though.
There's lots of sexy ladies there.
A lot of sexy ladies. Like I'm talking like booty rocking everywhere.
They make the bartender stare at him the whole time. Even
okay, right?
But also like he's on television, so it's like the bartender's looking.
Yeah.
So she's like, "There's a lot of girls here, right?" And he goes, tell her I love her." That was funny.
He knows what's happening.
So she said, how will you get the money to fix the house?
Right. That's a little presumptuous.
He said that he can't pay for all of it. And she said that she's super embarrassed, but she doesn't have a job.
Right.
So Amy's like, yeah, she's super shy asking for it.
And it's like, that's not what she said, but okay.
He said, get a job and you can pay for it too.
He's not wrong though.
No, he's not wrong, but it's just like,
and
what is her deal?
And then she's like, well, then don't force it if you can't do it.
He said, quote, she said, if you can't afford it, don't force it. Right. Yeah, he just said 12 times he can't afford it.
Right. He can't afford it. But you know what? Maybe he could afford half of it with you.
Well, she said that she's not after his money. And she said that David doesn't have he doesn't have I don't know what I wrote, but to support her and her son.
Right.
He can't afford it.
And then she is worried about the future because her mom died poor and she doesn't want to die poor. Basically.
So now she's not sure if she wants to be with him because she knows that he can't support her and her son.
Right. Okay. I wasn't expecting that, I have to tell you.
Yeah, because she thought that he had money.
Right. But it's like, he's there. He's on vacation. He probably saved for like a year because this is very expensive. Mm-hmm. And so like she sees that like he has money for a hotel, money for a flight, money for dinner, whatever. And
right.
It doesn't mean he's rich.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that. I hope that she got her house fixed.
Yeah, me too.
I would like to double the budget.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe could we bring some modernizations to the house?
You know, I was thinking, I'm like, if that's $1,700, what could we do with $5,000?
Let's do 5. Let's quadruple the budget.
We could build a shower. I'm not saying that like making fun. I'm saying we could get a shower. We could have running water. Like,
okay, so here's the problem. I don't know about that because it has to be in the area, the running water.
Right.
So I don't know what the deal is with that.
Right. Okay. Well,
like I don't know if there's a sewage system. I don't know.
Right. If we could do some kind of indoor plumbing.
Yeah, but it's like the area doesn't have indoor plumbing. I think that's what's going on.
Number one, I'm glad that she'll have a roof, floor, new stairs. Like those are the important things. But you know, I would love to see what they could do with a little more money because they need it. That house is screwed up and they really need it.
Let's get them an elevator.
That's interesting. Okay, that's the Hamptons talking, guys. That's 10
okay, fine.
Talking.
Okay, fine. Let's get them an escalator.
An escalator? What? To go from bottom floor to top floor just to go up one floor? One flight? Then get me a fucking escalator.
I'll get you an escalator.
I'm scared though because I don't like going up escalators. It gives me vertigo. I have to hold Tracy's hand when I go up escalators.
I know. Why don't we get you an escalator in the house and we'll practice?
That would be fun. Just like on my split level, just like a 4-step escalator. That would be cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that would work.
Oh my God.
I will tell you, living in Brooklyn was cool because we had that chair lift outside. That did wonders. That was fun to ride up and down the stairs when you were tired.
Oh, Noelle. Well,
yeah.
Good times. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to listen to the other way, you got to go to patreon.com/trash talk podcast. You know where to go. Make sure you follow the podcast at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter and Trash Talk Podcast on TikTok. Follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Go to TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of my upcoming show dates. I will be at Parks Casino outside of Philly. I'll be at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, and I'll be at West Hampton.
Look at you. How cultural are you?
Yes.
You're a lady of many zip codes.
I am a lady of many zip codes. So go to TraceyCarnazzo.com and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.